Welcome to my channel. My name is Angie. I'm Soggy Granola Mom. If you don't know what that means, go check out my intro video. I talk a little bit more about that. If you're coming back, welcome back, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. Okay, before I get started, I do want to preface this video with the fact that I am not a doctor. I am not a health professional on any level. You should always consult your health professionals, your doctors, before you ever start any type of weight loss program. This is all just personal experience, and I love to discuss these things, but do not mistake anything I talk about or do in this video as medical advice, because it is definitely not. I am so not qualified for that. Yeah, okay, ladybug. Welcome to my freaking ring light. Get out of here. Bear with me. I have my munchkin sitting on my lap right now because she's wild and I can't record this intro with her sitting over there because she's just going to keep yelling. I'm really trying to improve the audio quality of my videos, but I'm like completely self-taught, and I wouldn't even say self-taught. I'm completely just like fudging my way through learning how to do audio a little better. I finally scheduled my consultation appointment with my OB about getting on track to start trying to get pregnant again. I had a little bit of issue with my progesterone levels, so it's a long story and maybe I'll go in more depth on another video someday. Basically, I do have to have a consultation and then do a lab at a specific time to determine what level my progesterone is at, and if it's too low, I go on supplements. This week's video is going to be really bad footage from my cell phone. I'm really like wanting to drop the Christmas weight, and I really want to get back on track and get close to my pre-pregnancy weight. I don't want to be too aggressive about it. But this is basically a video about everything that I ate in an entire week on Weight Watchers Blue Plan and kind of the results that ensued afterwards. So forgive the crappy cell phone footage, but I think it gets the point across, and it was the most convenient way to document everything, obviously, because we can do all of this stuff on our phones. All right, let's roll. Good morning, guys. This week's video is probably going to be... This week's video is going to be a little bit different. I think the majority of it is probably going to end up getting filmed on this cell phone. Ever since I got back from Colorado, I've really had a tough time getting back on track with like Weight Watchers and stuff. And like this week has been particularly bad, or I should say the last week. Just like really poor food choices. And for the last few weeks, I've just been hovering around the same weight, which is fine given the fact that I've been eating like crap. But I do need to like get back on track and really start focusing on losing again, because I'm finally at a point in my life that weight loss isn't necessarily an aesthetic thing. Like, I'm kind of just over it. I understand that I'm a big girl, and like I've always been heavier set, and even when I'm thin, I've always been a little flabby because I fluctuate in weight so much. It's like my only issue that I have yet to work through and figure out how to manage. Anyway, that's probably a long video for another day. But the current situation is that I need to lose all the baby weight before we get pregnant again, because the doctors really recommended it, considering the fact that I was overweight to be, I mean, technically I'm obese, but I was overweight when I weighed in for my very first pregnancy appointment with my daughter. I was at 228, and that's what they would like me to at least get back down to before we get pregnant again. And it's really important that I kind of push myself to do it in a healthy but quick manner. And I've lost the majority of the baby weight. At my heaviest, like at the peak of pregnancy, I was 286 pounds. I gained a lot of weight with her, nearly 60 pounds. I'm down to 245-ish. We'll find out for sure when I go weigh in. I wouldn't be surprised if that number is a couple pounds higher. I really would like to get down to like the 230 area by the time she's 8 months. And right now, at the time of this filming, excuse you, do I smell like mouthwash? Yeah, she's like 5.5 months right now. So I've got 2.5 months to get my shit together, basically. Hopefully I remember to take the photos and videos of food. That's the plan this week. So let's go weigh in the dark. I think I hear the baby stirring, so let's knock this out now. driving and it's really loud in here, but and now because I'm an idiot and I forgot to pack a lunch, I never go this long without eating lunch and also adding a second coffee onto it, so I'm like super jittery. I stopped at a Wendy's drive-thru and I got a grilled chicken sandwich, which on Blue is 7 points. It's like one of my all-time favorite like fast food go-tos. If I wasn't driving, I would have probably made the combo and gotten a small chili with it. It's 10 points. And then we're doing tacos for dinner tonight, so hopefully I'll get a little footage of that. And that's like my highest point meal for the day. I tend to eat more at dinner than I do any other time of the day. Just a quick recap of the day. For activity points, I did get 6 fit points. Everything after 4 that I earn, I get to swap in for my weekly points, and I have mine set up so that I dip into fit points before I dip into weekly points. What that does for me is allows me to eat according to my activity level for that day. I do have a Fitbit, so it's a pretty accurate reflection of how much activity I had during the day. So if I had a day where I had like 10,000 steps, I'm gonna end up eating a little bit more, and I'm probably gonna be more hungry than say a day where I only got 3,000 steps in. My daily allowance is 30 points a day. I did use 33, but I actually only dipped into my weekly points by 1 because I had 2 fit points to use before that. Okay, so I'm in stress eating mode because my baby's being a butthead. And so I'm trying to edit and deal with her, and I just needed something crunchy. So this is 4 points for 1 cup of cereal. And then I think it's a point for a half a cup of the coconut milk. So I'm adding an extra 5 points on today, but I just can't deal. I'm not even hungry, but I just needed something crunchy. Okay guys, so today was a big fail on taking photos and videos of food because I was running around like crazy. For lunch, I went to Big Apple Bagel with my sister-in-law. I just had the everything bagel chicken breast sandwich, so I kind of just hodgepodged the ingredients together. I put a everything bagel, one of the big ones like the Thomas size bagels, and then it just had chicken breast, lettuce, mayo, and tomato. I don't think the tomato's on there, but whatever. And then some bagel chips and a pickle. And then for dinner, we had breakfast at dinner at my in-laws. They made pancakes, bacon sausage, and scrambled eggs. And I tracked every single thing, and I didn't have any sweets after dinner. It kind of helped having the pancakes with some apple pie filling on it. Made it taste kind of like dessert. All right, so I did have quite an active day today, as you can see. I did double the steps I did the last couple days, so that's pretty exciting. And that puts me 11 activity points. All right, so that was it. This is Thursday, and I did eat 40 points. First day not in the healthy zone there, but not too terrible either. Okay, so I'm making French toast with these 1-point pieces of bread from Aunt Mellie's. It's the 35 calorie bread. Eggs are free on blue with a teaspoon of half and half, which is 0 cinnamon and a splash of vanilla extract. 1 point reduced calorie Swiss Miss. I mix that in with the Faye Zero and it tastes like chocolate pudding. And then I've got some frozen unsweetened strawberries that I'm gonna kind of like make the French toast and top it with the chocolate pudding and strawberries. And that's breakfast today, and that's only 2, 3, 4, 5 points. That's amazing. I'm super hungry right now too because it is like almost 10 a.m. So I had to get out of the house because I've been in there most of the day and I needed to pick up some baby food because the baby is not into the pureed food I've made her. I finally succumbed to the Girl Scout cookie, but because I saw in our Facebook group that the trefoils, which are like their shortbread cookies, are like the lowest 0.1, at least on blue. I'm assuming it's the same for all 3 plans, honestly. But like I can have 4 of these cookies for 5 points. If this was a box of Thin Mints, I would smash an entire tube of them and be so full of regret. I love shortbread cookies, but I feel like I can control myself more with those than I can with Thin Mints. I'm pretty pleased with myself, and I feel like this has definitely been a good way to get myself back on track with like counting every single thing I eat and just being aware of the foods and stuff that I put in my body. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow, go grocery shopping. Probably treat myself to sometimes on Saturday mornings when I go grocery shopping, I pop into a Starbucks and get a latte. So that's it. It's Friday. We got the weekend to get through, but I think we can do it. I left myself a good cushion, so got them weekly points. All right, guys, I literally look like a ghost with glasses on because it's super bright in my car, but I forgot to snap a picture of breakfast, but it's not anything new. I had another breakfast sandwich. It was my last one in the freezer, so I'm actually going to buy stuff to make a big old batch of breakfast sandwiches for the freezer. I did stop and get my Starbucks. I'm trying something new called a flat white. I noticed that it was less points. I get like an almond milk latte usually. This was less points than the latte, so I looked up what even is a flat white, and it's basically like more silky foam. So my guess is because you aerate the milk I was a barista for a long time. You're aerating the milk when you're doing a latte and you're steaming it. It's not just like heating up milk. The goal is to kind of stretch it and make like a little bit of foam. So like I was always taught, well, this is like, these are facts. But I learned when I was working in a coffee shop that a cappuccino is espresso, a little bit of milk, and mostly foam. My phone just decided to cut me off. And a latte, I haven't had my coffee, so I don't even know what I'm saying. A latte is espresso, mostly milk, and like an inch or so of foam. So a flat white apparently is micro foam, which my guess is like a bunch of tiny little bubbles. Like, I don't know how it happens. I'm gonna go home and try to find YouTube videos on it, but we're gonna see. I put my stevia. I love this stuff. It's Truvia stevia with vanilla flavor. I keep it in my purse because no restaurants ever have stevia in their little like sugar packet things for coffee. So, and I can't do like Splenda or Sweet and Low. I don't like the flavor, and also like Sweet and Low just destroys my digestive system for some reason. Oh yeah, that's really good. And this is just a plain flat white with almond milk. They asked, do you want the almond milk honey flat white? And I was like, can you just leave the honey out of it? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. This is super good. Since I'm all f***ing glowy like a weird ghost, you can't see how excited I am, but this is a grande, and there's only 3 points. I think a grande almond milk latte is like 4 or 5. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. So it's Saturday. It's been a crazy busy day. I did not take photos or videos of my lunch or dinner, but I tracked everything. I ate leftover meatloaf, corn and potatoes from last night's dinner for lunch today with some ketchup. We went out to a Mexican restaurant for dinner. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up on the website and tell you what it is, but it's like a chicken dish. It was just marinated chicken breast on Mexican rice, and then it came with a side of refried beans, lettuce, pico de gallo, and like 2 tablespoons each of sour cream and of guacamole. So it was kind of like a fajita plate without the tortillas. And I did eat 6 tortilla chips with salsa because you can't resist that. Free chips and salsa. And I'm about to eat my 4 Girl Scout cookies. I deserve a little treat. And I'm tracking it, so. But yeah, it's been a really good but busy day. I got a lot of activity in. Okay, I got like over 7,000 steps already. It's been a really good week. I'm actually really excited to weigh in, which I'm normally not. But I'm gonna eat my cookies and go to bed. Documented breakfast, which was my French toast with strawberry sauce and yogurt, and then I had coffee and trefoils. Didn't have lunch because I did have kind of a late breakfast. We had an early dinner. One thing that was totally not worth it was that juicy juice. 7 points for 1 cup. It was ridiculous. But I drank it first and then tracked it later. So, but everything else on the menu was pretty legit. Well, I had my truffle before I left. That was my little dessert. And before we had dinner, because we were kind of hungry, I did have a Nutri-Grain bar, which I was pleasantly surprised that it was only 5 points. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to end up being something stupid like 7 or 8, but activity has not even been logged in here. There we go, 57:44. So we ended the week with 10 weeklies. We did 5 days in the healthy eating zone because I got 5 blue dots there. And we literally tracked everything, which I don't think I've truly tracked every single thing that I've ate or drank like this in a really long time. So I'm actually feeling kind of stoked to weigh in tomorrow. I do have a pretty strong feeling that if it's a big loss, obviously part of that is not going to be fat. It's going to be water weight from the junk that I was eating the week before. I definitely pigged out last Sunday, so I'm pretty sure some of that was just carbs holding on to water weight and sodium and things like that. Don't doubt that I did actually lose some legit weight as well. But we'll see in the morning. Okay, so as you can see, I had a really good week. I tracked everything, and though I kind of failed on certain days to document it, I still made a point to try and follow up at the end of each day to talk about everything that I had gone through and everything I tracked, and my fitness level, just to force myself to be accountable, essentially. I'm really pleased with my weight loss. I was really kind of hovering around 245 before I weighed in for the start of this video. So I know that at least like 3 pounds was just bloating, water weight, high sodium, because I kind of ate ridiculously on Sunday before this all started. That being said, having lost almost 6 pounds total, I'm hoping that half of that was actually fat loss. I feel like this has just really encouraged me to maybe make it a point to stay up on documenting things and forcing myself to be accountable. I actually do have a weight loss Instagram account that I've totally been hit or miss with for almost 2 years. But if you want to follow it, my Instagram account is adubseatsfood. I'll actually write it out for you guys so that you know exactly how it's spelled. I hit the point where I was right before Christmas, so I have officially, it took 2 months, but I've officially lost all of the weight that I gained through Christmas and New Year's, all of the family get-togethers. I think we had something like 5 Christmases, and I did not track and I did not stay on top of my nutrition like I should have. You know, and my friend had passed away on December 14th. So after all of the family stuff kind of wore off, I was just really down about that. And I'm a big time emotional eater. It's my biggest struggle. Food is totally my vice. Yeah, I want to embrace 2020 and I want to be the best I can be for my kid to keep up with her and so that I can feel confident and have a healthy pregnancy again. I want to feel good and I want to feel comfortable and feel capable. And when I'm heavier, it is so difficult to just keep up with others on basic outings and things like that. So I'm really happy. And, you know, I don't plan to see below 200 this year, as much as I would love it to happen, just because obviously you do tend to gain a bit of weight when you're pregnant. But I really, really, really would love to keep it to a minimum and like max at maybe 15 pounds or something like that. But obviously I'm going to listen to my doctors. You know, I'm not going to go and crash diet while I'm pregnant or something. I won't crash diet anytime because it doesn't work. All right, this girl's getting crazy, so I got to wrap it up. But thank you so much for sticking around. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe, like the video, do all that garbage, and comment below with your struggles with weight loss or what your goals for 2020 are. I'd love to hear that kind of stuff. It definitely helps keep me motivated when I see what other people are trying to achieve. I've got a long goal list for this year, and it feels good to be moving in the right direction on one of those goals. We'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces! Or WW as they call it now. I guess they shortened. I don't know if it's really shortening the name because I feel like Weight Watchers is just as easy, if not easier to say, than WW.